This week's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys 5 brand new kayak fishing accessories that I've been testing out over the past few months, and I know some of you are gonna wanna add them to your boat. Y'all stick around. All right guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name's TJ, welcome to Kayak USA. So over the past few months, I have been doing some product testing. And if you follow my channel, you know that I've kind of been hinting around and telling you guys to stay tuned for a video coming up where I'm gonna share some new gear with you. This is that video. I've got 5 products today, maybe 1 or 2 more, but 5 main products that I have been testing out and I absolutely love them. I partnered up with a company over the last year. They're kind of new to the kayak community, and I'll go ahead and tell you who it is. It is YakGadget. Some of you guys might have heard of them. Some of you guys haven't heard of them. They've been in the kayak fishing scene for, I think, about 2 years now. I actually talked to the owner 2 years ago when he first kind of got into the kayak scene and was dabbling into making products for kayak fishermen to hook to your boat and for you to use out on the water to make it easier and more fun out while you're fishing. And I talked to him back then. He had some ideas of some products. We kind of went back and forth. And now, over the last 2 years, he blew up. I'll show you the website right here. It is YakGadget.com. I'll actually have it linked below. And I got a promo code I can share with you guys too. It'll be in the link below. But they have absolutely killed it in this community on kayak fishing. They make some high quality products, and the price is so good. Like I'm excited. That's one of the main reasons that I'm ready to share this with you guys, because most of the market right now for this kayak fishing gear is very expensive. Like there's a company that'll come out, they'll make a product, and it'll just be way too expensive for people to use. So it's easier for me to make a DIY video of something to copy that product to share it with you guys. Well, with YakGadget, I really don't have to do that because of the stuff they make. For one, it's so versatile. Everything they make is great for all brands of kayaks, whether you've got a Hobie, a Pelican, a Native, you've got a Walmart kayak, it doesn't matter. Their stuff will mount to your boat and it will make your kayak fishing experience way better. I promise you that. And I can't wait to show you these 5 items that I've got on my boats here today that I fell in love with. But the other reason that I really like the products is because most of the stuff that YakGadget makes is made out of starboard. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's like a plastic material. It's used on kayaks, bass boats. They put this stuff on yachts. I mean, it's really good. It won't corrode. It lasts forever. It won't fade in the sun. And it's very DIY friendly. And you know me, I like to modify something when I get it to make it a little bit better, make it a little bit more user friendly for me when I'm out on the water fishing or pulling a kayak or my trailer builds or whatever. I like to modify my stuff, and this starboard stuff is great for that. The material that he uses is not thin, you know, floppy plastic like some of these other products on the market. This is thick stuff, and I'm gonna go up close. I'm gonna take and go over each item today and kind of show you what I'm talking about here in a minute. But the items that I'm gonna show you, they're mostly all made out of this starboard material. Starboard material. It's like boat board or whatever. It's almost the same stuff that you would find cutting boards made out of. You know, that really good thick plastic. You can't really mess it up, but it's easy to drill into. It's easy to kind of modify or route or make it how you want it. So anyway, without further ado, I want to start with one product. I'm going to grab the camera. I'm going to show you that product, kind of go over what it is, and keep in mind the stuff that I'm showing you today, some of it is specifically designed for Hobie, but they also have the same exact product for regular kayaks or non-H-rail stuff. Some of the stuff I'm gonna show you, like this right here, it's mounted to the H-rail on my kayak, but just keep in mind, the same thing they have for T-track systems. So most kayaks out there on the market now, they either come with a T-track on the side or you added a T-track to the side, and they have the same things that I'm gonna show you today. But if you're a Hobie guy, they've got all of the T-track stuff in the Hobie H-rail hookups, and you're gonna see that today on this boat, and I've got some stuff on my green boat as well. So let's get into it. I'm gonna show you the first item, kind of go over what it is and what I really like about it. So the first product that I wanna show you guys is this bad boy right here. This is the YakGadget Lowepro Crate system, and this is the XD model. He's got a couple of different models. This is the XD, which is the biggest model made, and it comes with all 6 of these rod tubes that you see here. You can kind of put it together in the way that you would want to use it. It goes together in a few different ways. It's got a soft top that you just reach behind you. You can unpull, pull those little tabs off, and you can take the top completely off. It's got a waterproof zipper on the front, so if you need to stuff something in here, you can, or like I just kind of throw it behind my seat while I'm out on the water, and then I can spin around and just grab my tackle boxes. They're easy to get to, and like I said, there's a few different ways that you could put this together. See these little dividers in here? There's a divider there, and there's another divider here. And if you put them in there like I have it, it'll actually angle your tackle boxes so that you can clearly see what is what. Because this box, as you can see, is not a square box. It's kind of shaped like a skateboard ramp almost. And when you put it together like this, you can just quickly turn around and grab the tackle you needed. But if you wanted to put your boxes, say, this way, like if you would rather have them going across like this, you can actually put this box together without even using these little dividers, or you could just use one divider if you wanted to go with the smaller boxes like over here. Like I like to use these. So what you can do is just keep this divider in, take out this divider, and you could line these up across here like this if you wanted to go with these smaller ones, which that's what I like to use nowadays, are the smaller ones like that. But this thing is completely made out of the starboard material, and it is very thick. I think that is a 3/8, maybe a little bit more, but I think it's a 3/8 inch thick starboard material. Let me climb down here. Here is what the back of it looks like. It's got 4 rod tubes that you mount on the back, and it comes with a rod tube for each side. Now, these 2 side rod tubes, he's got a plate that he custom made. See if I can show it to you here. So this plate right here that is mounted to a regular rod tube, but he did it this way so that you can actually loosen your screws and turn these side ones if you would rather have them. Like I like my net to be behind me, but I don't like it sticking straight up. So I can stick my net in a side one and have it kind of kicked back away from my seat so my head is not, near the net, or I'm not getting it tangled up. But that is the low profile or low pro crate system, and this is the XD model. So be sure you check it out. They got a bunch of different sizes that you can kind of go through and see which one would fit your kayak the best. But I love this crate so far. Very versatile. Like I said, this stuff is very easy to mount things to because it's that plastic, and plus he's got a lot of pre-drilled holes all over the side for mounting different accessories and stuff if you wanted to, add some track systems or something like that. All right, that brings us to the next item, and is gonna be this bad boy right here. This is the Flex rod holder. Now, this one is called the Flex 4 rod holder because, as you can see, this thing holds 4 fishing rods on the side of your boat. It's actually a 2-piece system. We got a piece back there, and then you got a piece right here, and it is very versatile. And remember what I said, this one is designed to mount to my H-rail for Hobies, but they have this exact same thing with the T-track slots that can mount on non-Hobie or non-H-rail boats. But let me see if I can get a better shot for you here. You see how it actually stows my fishing rods horizontally, so I don't have them vertically sticking up. And what these are good for is if you do a lot of creek fishing, if you fish where you have to get up under bridges, you can't have your rods behind you in the rod tubes sticking straight up behind your boat. When you're doing that, you've got to lay them down. And if your kayak doesn't come with the horizontal storage, these are perfect for that. They're that same really thick. This almost looks like 1/2 inch starboard material. It comes with a little latch that you can throw over the top of it. I think I actually put these bungee cords on here, and they've got the built-in hole here, and it's adjustable too. So let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. So this knob here, you can loosen this knob and you can slide this in and out, or you can go to this slot over here and slide it in and out. So that way you can line the front one up with the back one just how it needs to be on your kayak, to compensate for the curve that you're putting in your kayak, so you can keep your rods pretty straight. I think I got mine set up pretty straight on here, but you can also use it to adjust your rods closer into your seat or further away, hang it further off the side of your kayak. And it's a really good way to keep these rods strapped down to the side of your boat and horizontal. The only thing that I wouldn't like about this is If you're fishing with your rods like this, you have to land your fish on the same side of the boat. It's kind of complicated. I did net some fish over the top of my rods over here, but it was way easier for me to just bring them around to the other side and net them. Other than that, I absolutely love this horizontal storage like this, because if I'm floating a creek, I have, every time I've been floating a creek this past couple of years, and I use the rod tubes in the back for my vertical storage, I always get a rod stuck into a tree and pull it off my boat somehow, and I have to fish it off the bottom of the creek, or I have to get out of the boat and untangle it, or I lose a lure. So these are really handy, and like I said, the prices are great for this stuff, for what you're getting, and nothing on here is gonna rust. The way it mounts to the Hobie H-rail is it's got a knob here, it wraps around, you tighten that little thumb screw or knob or whatever you want to call it. It's got stainless steel hardware so it can't rust. And if you get there and you decide you don't want to use it, or it's in the way, you can just unscrew it, take it off, and throw it in your storage box on your kayak. So the flex rod system, I highly recommend that. Like I said, they got it in different sizes, so you can do 2 or 3 rods or 4 rods or 6 rods or however many you want to do. You can get that for your kayak. Item number 3 is kind of hidden up under my seat here on the banana boat. Let me raise the seat so you can see it. This is called the YakGadget Quad Box Flex. Now, this is made out of a flexible material, and there's some stiff material on the inside of this. I'm not sure what it is, but this is not cotton. This is not gonna shrink, it's not gonna fade, and it mounts up under your seat. It's kind of a soft top, almost like a backpack material that you would, like a hiking bag or something. You can tell how heavy duty it is by touching it and feeling it on the top, but it's got straps all the way around it, so you can either hang it from the bottom of your seat or strap it to your floor like I have it here. But here's what's really cool about it. I've got 4 tackle trays in here. I think these are the 3600s, just the bigger ones. But look how you get them out. You grab this loop, it's Velcroed shut, so your tackle boxes can't come out. But when you grab this loop and pull, it actually goes under the boxes. So when you pull this cord or this, this webbing, it pulls your boxes out for you. So when you're sitting in your seat, you don't have to dig up under the seat with your hand. You just pull the loop, it pulls your tackle boxes out. You tie on what you got to tie on. When you push it in, let me see if I can get a good shot. You push it in, it pushes the webbing back in, you strap it up. I'll show you this side too. Pull your loop, pull your boxes out, rig up, reach down there, slide it back in, and when you push it in, it pulls the webbing in, and then you Velcro it right back up. That is the Quad Box Flex. He actually carries a lot more different styles of these underseat boxes, so make sure you check them out. He's got some hard ones that are actually made out of this same starboard material, but this is one of the only products that I think doesn't have any of that boat board or starboard material on it, and it's really cool. I think if you were using this, it would be very easy for you to add different things to this. Like you could just turn this into one big, drawer if you wanted to. Like if you found something that would fit this big area here that was plastic, like a big tote or something from Lowe's. I've had that in my mind for a while too. You could just turn that into just like, kind of like a drawer system. But this works really well for the 4 3600 planos too. And then once you get them under there, lay your seat down. Well, I don't got it strapped up, and it hides it right up under your seat. All right, now we're moving on to item number 4, and y'all see me, I'm kind of having to squeeze in between these kayaks to show you guys this. Let me sit up here in the old green machine to show you this one. This is the YakGadget bump board holder. This one I have, of course, is made to clamp to the H-rail of a Hobie, but like I said, they have the same exact setup with a T-track hookup that you hook to a T-track. And what's really cool about this is it holds your bump board. So if you're getting into kayak fishing tournaments, you have to have one of these catch boards to be able to even fish in them, to measure your fish out or whatever. And you want a good place to keep it. You don't want it just flopping around in the floor of your kayak. And this thing keeps it secure. Look at that. And it's even got some pad on the bottom. So the way it works is it's got this big, let's see if I can show you on the side. Let me take my board out. You take it out by taking those off, pull your board, measure your big old bass. But while you got it out, you can see it's just got a slot. And right down here, it's got some padding on both ends, and it comes with that padding in it so that it's not loud. Like this is my aluminum board from Catch. It just drops down in there like that. I'm trying to do this with one hand, guys, so bear with me. So it drops in there like that, then you pull your loop over, hook it around that hook just like that. Come back here, do the same thing. And you got a secure bump board on the side of your kayak. I have traveled down the road pulling this on the trailer with the bump board in it, or the catch board, whatever you guys want to call it, and it rides just fine. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I have done it and it stays right in there. All it can do is really just bounce up and down. I mean, once you pull those straps over, it's there. That thing is really cool, and what's neat about it is you can flip it around and hang it on the outside of your kayak. Like if you don't have as much room beside the seat in your kayak, you can actually turn the mounts to the outside and you know, kind of hang it out on the outside like that. So that is really cool. That is item number 4 that I've been testing. So item number 5, I actually have mounted on my green kayak, on my new boat, because this is the first product that I absolutely fell in love with. As soon as I seen it on the website, I knew that I had to have this thing. And this is the product that I have already modified. And I'm gonna show you how I've kind of modified this thing already to fit my needs. But this is called the Hobie Quick Track. Now this is the XD model with the cup holder. So they make these in different sizes. You can get them with just a short T-track. Like this one I think has a 12-inch T-track in it, but you can get them with like a little short 8-inch track and a 12-inch track, or no cup holder, or just the plier holders and stuff like that. And again, these are all made, this one is specifically for the Hobie H-Rail, but they also make all of these in the same T-track system like I've been saying. And this is the 1/2-inch material. I believe that's 1/2-inch. That is some really thick starboard material. I got the cup holder, I got a place for my pliers, I've got a full T-track system here, I've got little holes to hang lures. If I'm doing like a quick change, I can reach over and hang my lures. But I'll show you the modification that I've already done to this one, and it made it so much better for me. So the issue that I was having was, this is a big product, and I wanted it because I wanted the additional cup holder on the side. I wanted the T-track so I can mount my phone here beside me, the plier holders and all that stuff. But I also have the boondock system. And whenever this was designed for the Hobie, it was made so you could fit it either behind your steering knob. So here's my steering knob here, either behind the steering knob or in front of the steering knob. Well, I couldn't put it behind it because my my boondocks rail is kind of sticking right here up under my H-rail, and it makes it so I can't use this much of my H-rail, if that makes any sense. So I couldn't go any further back, as you can see, than right here. So what I decided to do, since this stuff is so easy to work with and so easy to, you know, cut and drill through, is I cut a hole right here and I slid it over the top of my steering knob, and I'm able to keep my hand here when I'm fishing and steering, because a lot of times I'll just lock my trolling motor in a straight position and I'll use my rudder here to steer the kayak around. And I was able to do that and keep my cup holder back here, because I didn't want to mount this thing in front because it would have stuck way too far out. It'd have been in the way of landing fish and rigging up lures and stuff like that. I really wanted my drink to be kind of behind me so it wasn't up here in the way in front of me. So I had to figure out a way to get it back here, and I knew I had to work around this boondock system back here on the back. This worked out perfect. I measured where I wanted it to come through with the handle. I measured the size of hole that I was gonna need, and I drilled it straight into here. Now, I can still use this whole T-track system if I want to put, I've got a Scotty ram ball where I just put the stud up through the bottom, it sticks out of the top, I tighten my ball on here, and I've got my quad lock system for my cell phone. I'm able to hook it up to the side. I put a tether to it, and I hang it right here. It's got these little provided holes. It's got places for pliers, for scissors. This thing is really, really cool. And like I said, they've got several different versions of this. If you didn't want to go this big, you know, if you've got a smaller kayak and you wanted to do a little bit smaller, you can get it without the cup holder or just a cup holder, whatever you need. They make these things for your kayak or for whatever kind of boat that you're actually fishing out of. I think out of all of them so far, this has been my favorite product. Now, I'm gonna throw a bonus one in right here because I forgot that I had it because I've turned it into a side bag, but YakGadget also carries these seat bags. Now, if you follow along, I use, on the back of my seats, as you can tell, I use Bodega Coolers. These are coolers that strap to the back of your kayak seat. They keep my drinks cold. Let me unzip it here, show you. They keep my drinks nice and cold. I throw some ice packs in here before I hit the water, and I can just turn around and get my food, my sandwiches, my whatever I got that I want to take cold with me. I can throw it behind the seat. So I did order this, and I wanted to use this on the side of my kayak. I already did the measuring, and it fits perfect. And what I use it for, I'll show you really quick. I use it for stuff that I wouldn't mind getting wet if it started raining. So let's see what I got in here. I've got my towels right here. These are just some quick dry, no boundary towels. Country bound towels, I'm sorry, that I've been using for a long time. I think I got these things actually like 5 years ago. These things are great. There's a towel in here and a rag in here, and they dry really quick. So if you get caught in a storm or something, at least you got something to dry off with. And I keep my sunscreen and my bug spray right here on the side, and any other things like that that I kind of want to keep handy or right beside the boat. And this also works really good for when I'm having to change some line, or if I get a backlash and I pull it all off, instead of throwing it in my boat or throwing it back in the lake, I just reach over here and stuff it in this bag, and when I get home, I just clean that bag out. So that is a back seat. I think it's actually designed to hang on your back seat, but it works great right there on the side of my seat. I like that a lot right there. Anything that can help me on the water to personalize my kayak a little bit more, to make my day that much better while I'm out fishing, I love adding these little quick mods to my boat. And like I said, their prices are fantastic on this stuff. And these 5 products that I showed you guys today, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Click the link in the video description below. I'm gonna have a promo code next to it, Kayak USA. If you use that promo code at checkout, it will save you 10% on whatever you get. But go look at all the stuff they've got. Over the past 2 years, YakGadget, or the owner of YakGadget, he's reached out to guys like me on YouTube who rig up kayaks, and he's also been talking to tons of pro kayak fishermen out there, and we kind of been giving them input on the things that we wish we had on these kayaks, or the things that we could change on these kayaks to make them better while we're out fishing, or just really cool stuff to add to these kayaks to make it more fun or more user-friendly when we're out on the water. And he's been pumping that stuff out. If you go to his website, you'll see that he's got stuff that will mount to any kayak out there on the market, and it's some really cool stuff. And my favorite part is his prices are fantastic compared to these other guys out there. There's a lot of other companies out there that are making stuff for these kayaks that are just insane. I work a 9-to-5 job. Most of you guys that watch, you're normal people, you work a regular job, you can't afford to spend that kind of money. YakGadget stuff has, he's got some higher price stuff on there, of course, but it's really nice, high quality stuff. But he's also got the stuff like these little mounts that are simple, but they are so effective out on the water that you can get on there and, spend 40 or 50 bucks and get some really cool little gadgets for your kayak to fix it up to make it more user-friendly on the boat. So make sure you use that promo code at checkout. If you go, I'm gonna have my link. If you click my link, it'll take you straight to the homepage of YakGadget. Check them out, guys. I really do think that they're gonna be a big player in the kayak fishing game and a big part of our community. He was at ICAST, I think, last year. He's going back to ICAST this year. I might even be there with him this year. Y'all look out for me down there if you are going to ICAST. If I go, I'll announce it beforehand, but he's kind of saved me a spot down there, so I'm trying to arrange things with my job to see if I can actually go down there and hang out at the booth with him and TightLine Anchors and kind of see all of y'all while we're there this year. But he's going to be there. He's going to have new products. He's still taking in input from us to make stuff better. And if you do go to yakgadget.com and you get something and you put it on your kayak, tag me in a picture. Put it on Instagram, tag Kayak USA, tag YakGadget, send me the pictures. I'd love to see, especially if you get something from YakGadget and you modify it, kind of like I did my little side mount over there. If you modify it to fit your boat, send me the picture, because the guys over at YakGadget, they want to see stuff like that. They want to see why you modified a product that they made, and if it works out that they should have built it that way in the first place, he's going to do it. Like I showed him how I modified this one. Guess what? He's going to make them so that they'll slide over that steering handle now, so that other people who will want that, they won't have to mod it. They'll just be able to get it straight from him. So it's a really great product, guys. I'm going to quit selling right now, but it is something that I have been product testing. I wouldn't push this on you or send you there if I didn't believe in this stuff. And the owner's a really cool guy. I actually got to talk to him. I got to meet him. He's really cool, and he makes some really cool stuff, guys. And it's all made right here in good old USA. I think his main shop is in Tennessee right now, and he's just pumping up some cool product, some really cool products for us. So anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling. I appreciate you guys watching. Y'all make sure you stay tuned. Next week, I upload every Thursday at 2. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're still watching, I'm gonna throw this out there. If this video hits 500 likes, I'm gonna get a bunch of YakGadget gear and I'm gonna have a giveaway. So spread the word, share the video, tell people to like this video. If it hits 500 likes, I'm gonna start sharing some of this stuff. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna get a bunch of YakGadget stuff. I'm gonna have a video where I just give it to a bunch of you guys to try out. So y'all stay tuned for some upcoming videos, some upcoming adventures, and I'll catch you next Thursday at 2 o'clock. Peace.